What is going on? Movie meals, movie meals. Been a week or two because nothing's been happening.
Not much happened in October, no.
But now we're here to talk about Thor, Ragnarok. Let's just get right into it. Non-spoiler review. We ain't spoiling nothing. We're going to start with Kyle because I already know what he's going to say. Let's go. And not because we talked about it. I'm just smart. What do you think of Thor? Your positives.
But we did talk about it.
Nope, I guessed.
Okay, sure. No, this movie is a total blast,
Liar.
and it's so funny. I really love the director, Taika Waititi.
Liar.
If you guys haven't seen his stuff, please check out Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows. It's some really good stuff. And he really brings it for his directorial debut as a blockbuster movie to the next level, especially for this franchise. Thor, while I did like the first Thor, not so much the second one as time has gone on, it kind of needed a facelift, it kind of needed a do-over, and that's really what Taika did. It brought fresh life into the franchise, and it really helped make the character Thor even more fun than he usually was. And all of that was also because they had Chris Hemsworth, and they took all the really great things that he's able to do. Not only is he a great actor, but he's also very funny. Has such comedic timing that we see in some other films. And
Sure.
Taika realized this, and he was able to elevate that with his style of comedy and thrust that into Chris. And that's really the standout, was that Chris was finally able to bring the character Thor and to really have him be front and center for his own movie. Whereas in the first two, it really didn't seem like that so much. But the surrounding cast around him, not only are they talented, but they also bring their comedic chops to this. Overall, this movie is just really funny. The action is great. It's a huge blast to watch, and it's the most fun out of the Thor franchise.
That was a big old bucket of lies you were just spitting. I'm just kidding. But no, really, he's a liar.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a blast with Thor Ragnarok from the performances. You're right, Taika Waititi knocked it out of the park. I cannot wait to see what he's done next. I haven't never seen any of his films, so now I got to go back and watch them all because he just killed it with Thor Ragnarok.
Definitely
I love
should.
where Marvel finds these younger, creative, hidden gem of directors, and I just love it. But yeah, from Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Tessa Thompson, Jeff Goldblum, Tom Hiddleston, everyone knocked it out of the park. Oh, and we can't forget Kate Blanchett. Come on, people.
Yeah.
They all knocked out of the park with the performances they were given. They were given weird, fun characters with his style and his quippiness, and I just loved it. The action was great. I really had a lot of fun with the laughs. I thought this movie was great. It's definitely the best of the Thor films, and I think it's one of the top films out there. Definitely better than a lot of the ones we've had recently, in my humble opinion. I thought it was better than Guardians 2.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was better than Doctor Strange. Might need to see a second viewing, but we'll see. But I had a blast with this. I think Marvel hit it again. And for this, right before we have Black Panther and then Avengers, I think this was a perfect one. And we got to talk about how great the chemistry, I think, was between Thor and Hulk and Thor and Mark Ruffalo. That's why you go to see this with Thor, Bruce Banner, all that. Like, their buddiness back and forth, whether it was in Hulk form or Bruce Banner form, was beautiful. It was like reading right out of the comic, and I loved it.
I really like that you mentioned the chemistry, not only between Thor and Hulk, but Thor and Bruce Banner. Like, to me, this movie really helped the Bruce Banner character even more. Like, everyone was loving Hulk ever since the Avengers movie, but not so much the Bruce Banner character. And we finally got to see a little bit more out of the Bruce Banner character, where I feel like people are really not liking just one character, but both characters.
What about your negatives?
My negatives, I'm just going to say this right out of the gate. I really loved Kate Blanchett as Hela. I thought she had a really strong performance, but I felt like she was mostly used just to set up the story and to keep going. Like, she really just wasn't
Like
given
all Marvel villains.
that much. Yeah, but I mean, the performance was the difference between it for me. I just thought that she gave a better performance as a villain, whereas with some others kind of felt like they kind of just were shoehorning in their acting just a little bit. So while I think she did a great job as the character, I felt like the story wasn't set up to where it could use her to her full potential. And without really getting into too much of the spoilers, I was a little disappointed by the whole Ragnarok setup. Maybe if we do a spoiler review, I'll explain that a little bit more, but I just felt like while it was creative, like they just didn't use the full potential of Ragnarok and what it could be as compared to the comics. Overall, while this is a very fast-paced movie, I did feel like there was one or two scenes that just felt like it wasn't needed completely. Maybe take out a character or two that wasn't very necessary as well. There was some moments where the CGI was a little bit too obvious. I mean, I know I'm well aware that this movie has
We're
a
talking
lot
about
of
that
CGI.
after camera. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know that there's a lot of CGI in these movies, and it was very good for the most part. But there's just a couple of moments that just took me out of it personally. But it's a fun ride. It's a great movie. I can see for most people that this will be the best one out of the franchise for them.
Yeah, my negatives is I actually agree with you on the Ragnarok part. I was expecting a little bit more like very, very intense devastation without giving away spoilers. I was expecting maybe, like, it's not that it was a small story or small stakes. It was big stakes, but I thought it would be bigger stakes. Is what
That
I
makes
felt.
sense. Yeah.
And it didn't. So I agree with you on that. I loved the villains in Marvel. I don't go in expecting insanely amazing villains.
Yeah.
They get actors and actresses that can breathe to life a villain they know that the heroes are pushed forward, not the villains. And I thought Cate Blanchett did a great job. The only thing I think I was maybe the most disappointed on was a little bit more Carl Urban. His character is not in it as much as I would have liked. And went in a direction I didn't think it was going to go, which was interesting. But minor nitpicks for me. None of the CGI really bothered me. Maybe a few of the jokes just didn't hit personally for me, but that's small nitpick negatives because I laughed a lot throughout the film.
Yeah.
I had a great time with this, so I really don't have too many negatives that much. I thought the pacing was a little weird at times, especially at the beginning.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, I had a great time in this movie. So what is your score, big dog?
This movie is solid. Once again, Marvel does a great job of hitting another home run for themselves. 8 out of 10. Very funny movie. An action-packed movie. I love that they use Chris Hemsworth to his full potential. Hopefully they'll make another Thor movie, but I also can't wait to see what the future of Marvel holds.
Let's also talk about how insanely amazing Tessa Thompson is, Valkyrie. Give me more of her. Give me more of her. I can eat that up all day. She's fantastic.
Yeah, hopefully.
Anyway, I'm going to tie you up 8 out of 10. I think that's where it belongs. I'm leaning towards 8.5. So it's definitely, like, maybe another viewing might push it up.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I got to check out more. Go see this in the theater, guys. And let us know down in the comments what you thought of... What did you think of Thor Ragnarok? Comment below. Let us know. Give us a big thumbs up. Like, all that great stuff. Subscribe, share, all of it.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you guys want a spoiler review as well. Like, we could totally talk a whole lot more about this if you want to.
Do that, too. And 1 month till Star Wars. We're never going to stop talking about that. All right, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.